Hi, my name is Adam Swaab, and this is Abstract Effects in Houdini. In this course, we start out with a discussion about abstract art and where modern computer graphics fits into this field. From there, we look at some of the modeling tools and strategies for ensuring our designs are truly procedural. In week 2, we build up our foundations of digital abstraction with in-depth lessons on noise and randomness. We'll look at advanced techniques for controlling noise and randomness and discuss the aesthetic qualities that help make a design more natural and organic. From there, we'll build an Uber tool to handle a complicated copy and instancing effect. We'll look at all the properties that influence how geometry is instanced onto points, especially the often confusing ways of handling rotations and orientations. Week 4 is all about volumes, both standard Houdini volumes and VDB volumes. We'll spend a lot of time here working with the VDB data format, showing how to really understand and harness the full power of VDBs. After that, we'll do an entire lesson on point clouds, showing how to use them in multiple contexts. This lesson is also our first introduction to coding, where we go through a full coding primer. Don't worry if you have never coded or only know a little bit. We'll ease in slowly. Lesson 6 is all about fractals, iterated function systems, and recursive functions. We'll learn the basics of L systems, spend a good bit of time writing our own basic implementation of the fractal flame algorithm, and learn how to make a recursive particle system. Lesson 7 explores a growth algorithm, harnessing VDB volumes and implementing our own growth solver in the SOPs context of Houdini. We learn how to influence growth direction and how to limit growth to a defined volume. Finally, in the last lesson, we take a hard look at Mantra, Houdini's render engine, and explore some of the lesser-known techniques to harness its power. We'll explore the principled shader, look into displacing and mixing textures, and show how to use geometry attributes to influence shader attributes. We'll do quick lessons on displacing pyrosims, optimizing render speed versus quality, and show how to procedurally create geometry and volumes at render time. I hope you'll come along on this journey with me. There's lots of ground to cover, and you'll find that I treat this much more like an art class than a typical technical class. I hope to see you there.